Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, we take a look at the shorter time frame chart only. The larger time frame was discussed in the previous update, and the market has formed this potential five-wave move to the downside into today's swing low, and that's a five-wave move down from that swing high in wave B. A quick reminder that this is only the shorter time frame, and a five-wave move down, while it appears short-term bearish, it first of all would need to be confirmed further by a rejection in this resistance area. The resistance area hasn't changed since the last update, so whenever we are, whenever we can identify a five-wave move down, the focus would be on the downside normally, especially if it fits into the context. And yeah, I mean, the white scenario is still the one that is possibly in control, especially since we had the five-wave move down now, okay? Yesterday I mentioned to you I'm quite neutral between yellow and white, but I told you that if we get a five-wave move down, that's our signal. I mean, that's a signal that the white scenario seems to be leading, that the bears seem to be leading short-term. That would have to be confirmed further, of course, with a break below that last swing low at 92,800. And yeah, how can we get that breakdown? Well, first of all, the price needs to get rejected in this resistance area, which, to be honest, could be an ABC structure in wave 2, this move up, yeah? So one idea I have is that this could be your ABC, so we're just waiting for the signal that we're maybe even pushing a little higher. It's not needed. It doesn't need to go any higher. This just shows how this correction could unfold. And we might target like 95.9K, 94.9K, 95.5K. Yeah? But please note that any break above this resistance area, especially if it's a sustained break, like a break above the 78.6 retracement, that would indicate that the white scenario is somehow going to change. It's going to morph, and the yellow scenario might take the lead there. And in the yellow scenario, the price could break out above the green line. Then we talk about 97,450 and so on. So this would be more bullish, but we should only really focus on that if we get a break above resistance. So that means if we get evidence, because while the yellow scenario is possible, it does look extremely strange considering that the initial move up was a five-wave move, so that doesn't really fit the idea of a diagonal. That can change, of course. You know, it could turn into a WXY. There are many options, but for now, for now, I would say due to that five-wave decline, I'm just watching the white count primarily. And just because this is short-term bearish potentially, it doesn't mean it has to be followed through. That's one thing. Bear in mind, this is the 15-minute chart. And because it's the 15-minute chart, it doesn't really have an impact really on the daily time frame, okay? So I think short-term, everything should be clear. The larger time frame, though, and I want to, before we finish the video, just a few words. I mean, bear in mind that this here is seen as a correction. So I don't expect it to go down much lower, but at the same time, there is nothing bullish at the moment that would... There's nothing that would give me any evidence, that we have actually bottomed there. So the trend, while it overall on the larger time frame is still up, the short-term trend seems to be down. So we just, and that has to be the mindset, right? The mindset has to be the trend is down short-term until we get a first, piece of evidence that the next move up has started. The context still allows for one more high, but doesn't mean it has to happen. We're very close to a major top. Okay, I could even say, I mean, is this the bull market top? Yeah, we talked about that. The top could be in. On the larger time frame, we have enough waves to call that move to the upside complete. But when we zoom into the smaller time frames, it looks as if we might need one more high. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not calling a top yet, and I said to you, I'm not going to call any top until we break below key support. Yeah? And at the moment, while I acknowledge we could have topped, And we talked about that in our risk management live streams and everything in recent weeks, what would be wise, to do, and, how everybody needs to be happy with their positions and everything on the macro level. Because if we now break support, first of all, we are far away from any level where we could confirm a bull market top. And then, we have to allow the market to go down a little bit lower, even in a bullish scenario. So please be aware of that, right? So we have to allow for further downside if needed. But at the same time, my view is that one more high should happen. Yeah, that would be ideal. Then I'd be really happy, with the structure. If we get that one more high, it would be amazing. But even then, I won't call it top. It just means the risk is high, and that's all traders should really care about. So there is no short trade setup as such at the moment, in my view. Okay, so on the smaller time frame, maybe talked about that yesterday. With a 5-wave move down, 1 second, and a 3-wave move up, that is a possible short trade setup, but it would clearly be invalidated with a break above 96,200. So that's how I see it. And again, it doesn't mean it's a great short trade setup, given that I believe we're very close to a low anyway across the sector. I just analyzed today in our gold membership MicroStrategy and Coinbase. They pretty much completed their declines. It could very well be that they are correct and Bitcoin just doesn't give us that signal yet that the low is already in, right? I just need more evidence from a charting point of view. So the main takeaway is overall still bullish. Short to medium term, possibly still in a correction, yeah, but very happy if a low could form at any time, basically, because it's not only a matter of watching Bitcoin, we also watch other indicators like the miner chart, crypto miner charts. They are also covered in our gold membership more or less regularly. So Mara, CLSK, they are closed. They can't really go down much lower. Altcoins as well. So I believe we're at a key pivot. It's very interesting. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.